All right, are we live? Hello? Oh, yes. All right, Andrea's finishing up her chores, so she's running a little bit late. Hello, Country Homestead Preacher. And hi, Linda. I see you are enjoying your lotion and your soap, I guess.
I just sent her some more.
Huh?
Yesterday. I just sent her some more yesterday.
She says she just sent you some more yesterday. Before we get started here, I'm going to ask a question right up front, just in case the person that asked me this, and I think they sent me an email, but I cannot find it. So if they're watching this later, after it's over, they'll see it at the very first. Somebody contacted me about wanting some Old Spot piglets when they come to the shindig, and I cannot find who that was. I've looked through emails, I've looked through messenger messages, I've looked back on some comments, and I cannot find it. So if you have asked about Old Spot pigs, wanting some piglets for start you a herd or whatever, send me an email. I can't find it. Potting. I just got through setting a bunch more seeds in, so spring itchy fever is here. I need to get quite a few more. Our plan was to go to Baker Creek this weekend, but they have got ice storm coming down, it looked like, so we have canceled that and decided to postpone till another day. So now I've got to get a seed order in and just get them to mail them to me. How many of y'all already got tomatoes and peppers and all that out of the dirt? Haskins family is here. Southeast Washington State. I got family up in Washington State, around Kashmir. I'm sorry if I sipped that. I noticed one of our live videos here a while back we was sipping on coffee. We didn't realize it was that loud. The seed sales count? Yeah. My seeds are in their packet. Well, I get the itch. I've got lettuce up about that tall, and I'm like, I can't do nothing with it. I always do it every year. I get in too big a hurry. But last year I planted tomatoes. It was the end of January, 1st of February, and I think them things was like 2 foot tall before we got them in the ground. I told myself I'm not going to do that, so now I'm wondering if I'm a little late. Never know. We'll see. And there she is.
Okay, what'd I miss?
We're just getting started with that. I asked how many is got their seedlings popping up out of the ground. Where is
the ground
everyone?
Or the trays or
out of the dirt in the trays.
Dirt in the trays.
All right, I see a question about the shindig. I'm hoping everybody on here has seen our video on where we have changed the location of the shindig. Very, very important. I'd hate for you to show up here and everybody be about 20 minutes away.
So if you know people, I know all of us have YouTube friends that you communicate with, just make sure they saw it. It's going to be a really good thing, the changing it. We won't have to worry about the weather. We were just feeling really stressed about it the last couple weeks, especially me. Just the amount of people, and then the fact that the weather is unpredictable here in the spring. And really just, I mean,
Well,
Not
what-
really knowing, like, really honestly, this is kind of a gross subject to talk about, but 2 porta potties for 800 people.
No, I was gonna get 4.
Okay,
at least.
4 for 800 people, 1 for every 200 people. Who wants to do that?
And so now we got inside bathrooms. Sorry about that. Now we've got inside bathrooms. We don't have to worry about the weather. And one of the big things that I was worried about was I put out or had to unload a bunch of hay for all of our new cows, and my tractor was making some pretty good sized ruts.
Yeah.
So I was afraid we was going to be pulling people out. I wasn't as worried about, rutting up my field as much. Of course, I don't want that either, but I did not want to be sitting there playing wrecker service all
Cars
day.
would definitely
Yeah.
get stuck.
So I think this right here is going to be way, way better, and it sounds like all y'all are pretty stoked about it.
Well, and we were looking around at all the other get-togethers that happen, YouTube get-togethers. We couldn't think of one single one that was at someone's house. We actually had just started YouTube last year when the gathering was going on, and we watched some live stream or something at Danny and Wanda's house. Everybody playing games and all kinds of stuff. Y'all know what it was, I'm sure, but we did notice that's not going on this year, and we're like, we should learn a lesson from them. What are we doing? But anyway, it's going to be good.
And actually, you see the Haskins family vlog?
Yes.
She is the very first person that said something to us about,
Her and her parents
Yeah.
suggested the fairgrounds, and we have another friend, Melissa, that suggested it, and we just thought it over, and we were like, yeah,
checked it
that's a
out.
good idea. It's cheap. Really, it's going to cost to rent it about what the 4 porta potties were going to cost.
Yeah.
So check out Haskins family vlog. They're so funny and awesome. They're a great family. Y'all check them out. And 2 families on here, we love them. Everybody knows and loves them. Someone asked you about a hotel. You're looking at the Hampton Inn. I'm trying to think. That was Stivers Homestead. I'm trying to think of where the Hampton Inn is in Searcy.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I can Google it.
Searcy is a really just middle-sized town. It's a really safe town. That's what I always want to know when I'm going somewhere. I start Googling when Ben tells me where we're stopping, like, how safe is this town? It's super safe. It's just a small southern town. So I don't think you could go wrong. It's not like there's a wrong part of town for sure.
The 2 hotels that we had set up, one of them is the Microtel. You can call them. It's 501-268-1666. That is the one I've got the best rates at.
They said they just didn't know how far it was from the fairgrounds. It's not ringing a bell to me where it's even at. Most of the hotels are out by the freeway. 167, we call it the freeway, but that's probably only like, none of them are going to be over like 3 or 4 miles from the fairgrounds, you think?
No, they're
They're
all
like
close.
almost all on the same street as the fairgrounds.
Pretty close, yeah. But the Hampton, that's just not ringing a bell right now.
But we don't stay in hotels in Searcy, so.
No. I do know where the...
Okay, there it is. The address is Poplar Street. Yeah, that's out there. Poplar is where like JCPenney's and all that is. Yeah, any of those out there are like 3 or 4 miles from the fairgrounds. The diet we're on is making us look younger. Wow.
I know I can't be looking younger.
Brenda, I just love you. Thank you so much.
I feel like I've aged about 2 years in the last week with these cows. They're stressing me a little bit right now, trying to get in the groove of all this.
What stresses me about it is there's more than we can count. I've always been a counter. Like, I go out there and like, oh, yeah, they're all there. Oh, one's missing. And then I'll go find it and it's off having a calf. You can't count. There's 113 out in the pasture right now between mamas and babies. You can't count 113 and get them all to be still.
No, they're moving.
They're moving.
Chasing cows adds youth. Keeps me in shape, I guess, somewhat. But when we usually chase on 4-wheelers or the side-by-sides or something like that.
The baby is doing wonderful. After we tube fed it, I gave it a bunch of minerals and vitamins in with the milk.
It was a booster.
It was a booster, and it was laid over on its side. It couldn't even hold its own head up, and it just all of a sudden jumped up.
It was like, wow,
like I feel
superfood.
good.
And we nursing on Mama. So,
yes.
And we've kept them both pinned up in the corral, feeding them inside there, and just making sure that they make that true bond, that she's not going to leave it, and also that if she does try to just keep walking off, it's got enough energy to follow her. So.
And now it knows that's my mom. So once the calf figures it out, they'll take care of a lot of it because they're pretty persistent, especially when they're hungry. But it was just a bad set of circumstances for them to get separated right off the bat.
You'll have to show her in this week's vlog. I guess y'all probably noticed we didn't put out a video today. We have been just swamped with everything, so we're going to try to get back on track, but trying to get in the groove, like I said, it's tough.
And it's a little heifer. Yes, it's a girl.
Yep. Yes, it is nursing. I've seen it nursing. Andrea's seen it nursing a couple of times.
I have not played around with the herb mixes yet. I got them all in and ready to go, and I need to do that right away because I was thinking this morning, I wish I had mixed up some of the different teas I was wanting. I have a friend that we got together with yesterday that then later yesterday, her and her daughter, they were kind of all feeling bad, but the daughter came down with the flu and went to the doctor, and it's the flu. So we've been chugging elderberry and vitamin C.
I think Emily said she's taking elderberry like 4 times
Yes,
today.
and she's normally like, oh, I don't like elderberry, and I've seen her in there like doing it on her own. We don't want the flu. So if y'all have a flu preventative measure besides elderberry and like vitamin C, tell me.
You want to know about it too?
Yes.
So we'll be chugging vitamin C, elderberry, and something else. Yeah. Oh, they got 50 calves soon. What are y'all raising? Farming or backyard? What are y'all raising? Is that just a mixed herd, kind of like what we got? Registered cattle or what?
Ours are mainly just a mixed herd and echinacea. I do have that. Thank you. 2 Wild Onions Homestead said we'll have horehound in the mail for you in the next 2 weeks as plants. And I bought that as dried. So I've been kind of looking through what I bought as dried and thinking, could I grow some of this? So that's awesome.
Didn't you tincture some of that echinacea?
Yes.
Yeah.
I grew echinacea and tinctured the flowers and roots and leaves. And oh, I do have that. Sarah, I have some of that. I'm not going to attempt to say it.
Where?
I say Oscillococcinum. That's how I say it. But I don't know that that's what it is. But I do have that.
And yes, we normally have to do whatever she makes up or whatever. We'll all try.
Amber, I've heard of the grape juice thing too.
Wow. Jan said had the flu and took elderberry and was over it in 3 days.
Cool. Hello, Boston Mountain.
Now, do you make your own elderberry syrup? I was wondering how many people actually make their own or they buy it.
I've done both. Did we get any Charlets? We did get some Charlets. Crazy Mama was a Charlet.
Yes.
There's some others in the group, too, that look Charlet-ish
They got
to
some
me.
Charlet in them.
And they actually are kind of high-headed, too.
Yeah.
They're keeping an eye on us, for sure. I guess that's just part of their nature.
Oh, man. That was a fun, or not a fun day. That was a crazy day.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
She wanted to get somebody's back pocket, I guarantee you. She almost got in mine twice. Andrea was just over kind of freaking out.
I get stressed when it's like a dangerous situation. I need elderberry plants.
Registered Black Angus. Oh, I'm jealous.
Are you going to have any elderberry plants for sale?
I can try to get some rooted. We've got a bunch of them that are sprouting up out of the ground. They're probably an inch or 2 tall. I done it last year. Popped some out of the ground and put them in the aquaponics system, and they'll make roots real quick. I know I've got I got some marjoram from Jess last year, 2 cuttings of it, and it really took off in there. So I've made some cuttings off of that and started getting them to root. So hopefully they'll be ready by then. I've got some rosemary that I've cut off our plant outside, put it in there and trying to get it to root. Let's see, what else am I trying to root in there?
Somebody wanted rosemary. I think that was City Girl Country Heart. But I'm not sure that she was coming to anything. She was wondering.
Want me to try to ship it? I know that. Oh yeah, the other one was that chocolate mint. That stuff just takes over in there. I finally just get tired of it and cut it way back or rip 99% of it out and just have a little bit. And that's what I've done here 2 months ago, and it's already coming back. So I've made cuttings off of it and getting some of that. So I'll bring some chocolate mint.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Let me go get a charger.
Yeah.
Or do you want to?
I will.
Someone asked, I think it was Amber. You may close this?
I think you can. Fine.
How hard is it to grow elderberry? It's super easy. I've only had mine in my yard for a couple years, and people laughed at me for planting them in my yard. But I wasn't real confident in foraging, and I didn't want to be picking some poisonous berry and killing my family. So I wanted to know exactly what I was getting. But now that I'm growing it, they're everywhere in the wild, in the ditches, everywhere.
Hold on just a second.
And they bloom. Of course, mine in my yard are blooming when the wild ones are, and they bloom white. So they're really easy to identify. And I've only had mine in the yard 2 years. I've had 2 seasons. The first one, they were tiny. They were like one little stick. I probably can't see my hands. And I did get just a handful of berries the first year, but between year 1 and 2, they went nuts. And I got
they're multiplying.
Tons and tons off them just the second year.
And the plants are multiplying like crazy. Hey Amber, do you still have the link to the Shindig PayPal account? I was wondering if you do, could you throw that up there? Somebody was asking about that for their vendor fees.
Did the bees like elderberry? The elderberry flowers? I can't remember if the honeybees did or not.
I don't think they was on there. No. They did like my
buckwheat?
Yeah, I had a brain fart. Buckwheat.
Yeah, they love buckwheat, and the buckwheat loved my garden.
Yes, we have got 3 blueberry plants, and I want to triple that.
Yeah, they're really a bush, like a shrub. Ours have never really taken off. So I usually go find like a blueberry farm and pick a bunch and freeze them. But I really want to get more self-sustainable on things like that.
What another thing that happens is it starts warming up around here just like the last week. Everything starts blooming, and then we get a hard freeze like we're going to get this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happened to our plum trees about the last 4 years. Just get a handful of plums off of it. Oh.
So are y'all going to get snow this weekend? I bet some of you are. It's going to be really cold and nasty here, which I'm really glad I haven't planted anything. Because sometimes here we've planted potatoes and onions and stuff like that in February. And then the potatoes won't die, but if they have sent up a plant yet already, they'll get really shocked. And it might kill that plant, and then they've got to send up another one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad they're not in the ground yet.
Somebody's asking what's your favorite thing to dehydrate. Me personally, deer meat. Deer jerky. We dehydrate more of that than anything, which I just got through dehydrating some chili peppers in the come out of the greenhouse, so make some chili powder.
How do I say looking so young? I really don't think I look that young. Probably when y'all see me in person, you're going to be like, wow, she's not as young looking as we thought.
And he's not as skinny as we thought.
People do ask me all the time if those are my kids. Like, they think I don't look a whole lot older than them. I don't know why. I use a lot of, like, goat's milk lotion on my face and stuff. I don't know if that's what it is, but I really don't think I look that young. But when people ask me if me and Emily are sisters, it's such a compliment to me, and she's like, no. Like, it's such an insult to her.
Yeah, I know the feeling. 60 one day, 30 the next. That's how it is here. We're having a big cold snap coming here.
Just stand next to me and they'll think you're skinny.
Oh me. Oh, I'm excited about the shindig.
Yeah, I'm really excited now. I feel less stressed. I feel like it's going to be more enjoyable.
Yeah.
I have actually I've got several kombucha kits ready right now, and I'm on track to have, how many did I tell you? 28 ready.
She's bringing kombucha and the sourdough starter.
Yes.
And what else was you bringing? Was you bringing any water kefir or any of that?
Probably not water kefir. Mine doesn't multiply very fast. Kombucha kits, sourdough starters if people want them. I'll bring what soap and lotion I have at the time. And you're bringing plants.
Yep.
If we have any baby chicks, which we've got incubators full of eggs going, but he's tried candling them and it's not looking so great. So
I don't know if the rooster just ain't doing his business or what, but
we've got our buffs.
You said one of them's kind of getting broody, right?
Yeah.
She's sitting on the nest every day, so maybe she'll hatch them out.
We've got our buffs sequestered off with the buff rooster, so we'll see. I'm thinking of covering our young fruit trees. Should I leave them covered all day? Really, I think it's just, I mean, I don't know what weather you're expecting. If it's going to ice, I definitely keep that ice off of them if it's going to ice during the day. But if it's just you're thinking like a frost and freeze overnight, I think you can uncover them in the morning.
They recommend uncovering them. Look at that. Somebody's got 15 of the, I call them Scoobies.
Yeah. I had about that till I neglected it too long and they soaked up all the juice. They weren't dried out, but they weren't like sitting in liquid in tea. And the top one molded. So I chunked them all because I just can't do anything to like contaminate y'all. And I knew I was going to be selling them. So I chunked them all. It was painful, but yay! Whitney said, I took your advice and kept feeding my starter and it actually looks fantastic. Yay! Bubbles. It's just hard to do in the cold. Oh, that's really cool. Horticulture Geek said, I got a tea plant. We used to watch a show. What was that show? That had Tony and Amelia on it. And they grew tea. We don't really watch TV much anymore. Well, we really don't watch it at all. But was that Mountain Men?
No, that wasn't Mountain Men.
Life Below Zero? No.
Isn't that the one that had Eustace on it also?
No,
that was Mountain Men.
No, Eustace was on Mountain Men. If anyone watched a show and there was a couple called Tony and Amelia on it, let us know what that's called because that's going to drive me crazy. But they grew tea, and it's kind of a tedious process.
Yeah, what has it been? She made it funny. What's it been, 2 years since we had satellite?
Yeah. Yes. Ann and Andy's Homestead said, is it good for eczema? That's why I started making it, was for him.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't watch TV either. We just watch YouTube. Yukon Men, was that it? They weren't on that, but we watched that one. Live Free or Die.
Yep,
That's it.
That's it.
Thank
That is
you.
it.
Yes.
That is it.
Those were the shows we
Yep.
watched.
Live Free or Die.
Live Free or Die, Life Below Zero,
Mountain Men.
Mountain Men. We watched Yukon Men. Wasn't that what it's called? With
Yep.
yeah.
Something, yeah.
And then
Alaska Last Frontier.
yeah, that was our shows.
Mm-hmm. That's what made me dread getting rid of them, because I really liked watching those shows. But we finally got a smart TV, and we can watch YouTube on that. We can watch YouTube on laptops or the phones, or
Which I've heard people say they don't like watching YouTube homesteading people when they're out actually doing it. But that's actually what I like to watch. I don't know why. Like, I can go.
watch what now?
Some people I've heard comment like, I don't want to watch people do stuff I've just been outside doing.
Yeah.
I do. Like, I could watch y'all, I don't know, pull a lamb or something all day when I might have just done it outside, but I just love it.
I love the how-tos. Now they're hard for me to do. I don't know, just like building that tiller hiller the other day. To me, that most people is probably like, yeah, that's easy. I could do that. But I like watching things like that. So that some of our videos are going to have those.
Yeah. I've never seen Homestead Rescue. I bet we would have liked it.
Yeah, I watched it. It's where they come in and helped homesteads that were kind of not dilapidated but falling down and needed help. That man and his son and daughter went in there and done them.
I don't think I ever watched it.
I think you did, but we didn't watch it very many times.
Well, there's Roots and Refuge. Ben, your beard is looking amazing. Okay, I'm just going to say, I'm going to just call him out. He hates, like, me and Emily have long hair, and it falls out. So there'll be hair everywhere.
Throwing him under the bus.
But now there's beard hair everywhere because he pets himself. He does this all day.
I try to keep it straight. I don't like it bushing out like that.
So if I look over and he's petting, I start just like petting my hair. And you'll stop because you hate that. Like, you see girls like do this and then go like do their hair.
You just did
I just did it. That grosses him out.
Yep.
Kind of like the word soup.
Yeah, probably
soup,
more.
Soup. That everyday cure is here.
Yay!
Yes, Amber said I shed like a dog.
Beard hair's the worst.
It is. It really is. Bushy beard's the worst. That's his opinion.
Yeah, I gotta keep it down. We get sidetracked and start trying to read all these comments.
Yeah.
And I do not see how people that's got 1,000 people commenting on their live streams keeps up with it. How many's on? I can't see on ours, so how many's on there?
Is there a story behind the word soup? He just, for some reason, doesn't like it. I don't know why he doesn't like the word. It just grosses him out. But when he, like years ago, he was at work and he was microwaving
Potato soup.
Can of soup in a bowl. And when he pulled it out, a potato exploded and it like burnt a spot on his face. It burnt the skin off his face. And he was done with soup after that.
142 watching? Wow.
Yes, it's wiry. That's exactly right.
But that's why I put beard oil on it.
Okay. Well, mine is soft and clean, and you still don't like it.
Yeah. There is something about every time I go somewhere and eat, just about, I will say, and you got to admit, I will get
many times he gets hair in his food.
I will find hair in my food. I don't know if it's because I'm worried about it and I look really close and find it, but it's happened a bazillion times, and Oh, it grosses me out.
Yeah. He's gotten it multiple times on pizza. While we were in Colorado at this
Fish
really
tacos.
cool little funky place, he got a beard hair on his fish tacos. I hope it was a beard hair.
That's not even right. That's not even right. Yes. Oh, somebody said cat hair.
He got a cat hair one time at the Mexican restaurant.
Surely they don't know about that one. Somebody was making fun of me, and they ended up with 2 of them in theirs.
Yeah, that is true.
So I have been starting.
Hello, Rose.
I have been starting several tomato plants today, several different varieties. I've got peppers sprouted up. I think I'm a wee bit late on them, but trying to think what else have I got to get going. Oh, eggplants. Those gotta start popping some of them out. Have a big beard.
Find an eyelash in my eggs once. Wow.
Beard soup.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. They all need to go back to hair nets.
I'm noticing people in restaurants not even wearing gloves, though. I didn't know that was legal. The vlogs where the guys are working on the cold, it looks like their nose is running. Yes! That's so gross. He watched, what was it? Was that Mountain Men? The Trapper guy.
Yeah.
I can just see it right now. It's like frozen on his beard.
That was just his breath as it come out.
Okay, well, whatever. It looked like
I wouldn't think that was snot, but it may have been some of that too.
Yes.
So why are we talking about snot, hair in your food, and soup?
It's interesting.
No, it's not.
Y'all check out the moderators, Horticulture Geek, That Everyday Kira, Haskins Family Vlog, Two Family, Roots and Refuge. If I forgot anybody, please say something.
Said Natalie wasn't going to be on here tonight.
Natalie over at Hey It's a Good Life, they were having a moving party. I don't know if that was a fun party or like, hey, everybody help us move. So I'm excited for her. There's quite a few of y'all I feel like are my friends. I know we've never met in person, but I'm excited for her. I feel like it's a friend getting closer to their dream.
All right, I was going to kind of go over a little bit. If you are on here and you are a vendor, type it in all caps and say vendor up front. But the list that I've got so far, there is going to be a Advocare booth. There is going to be a booth selling cedar slice signs. Let's see. Of course, there's got to be cupcakes, cookies, cakes, things like that. That's coming from Beverly. There's some crochet items coming.
And like awesome crochet items.
Yeah. Let's see. Milkweed Farms is doing, I've seen soap pumps on theirs. They make some kind of soap pumps. Let's see. There's some more crochet and knitted products. Heirloom Permaculture. I wasn't sure exactly what all they was bringing, but they are set up as a vendor. If you are wanting to be a vendor and haven't done it yet, you can send an email to, let's see, it's the Shindig. Maya, can you throw that up there? That email?
And someone is bringing livestock puppies. Emily is already lobbying for one. Yeah. She loves dogs.
Hopefully there's going to be a bunch of chicks there. Bobblehead is bringing eggs, but Andrew's got dibs on them.
Yes.
I don't know how many he's bringing. You can't have them all. You got to share.
I just want to get together with him and talk chickens. He loves chickens like I do.
There's going to be a pet rescue booth there, and they're going to be selling items that they make, trying to raise money for feeding these rescue animals. So that's going to be a good thing to try to help them out with.
Of course, there's going to be music. Haskins Family Vlog. Amber and her kids are crazy talented. They're going to do some music. Daniel, that's you've seen on Roots and Refuge channel, he's going to do music. He's awesome.
Are you?
I don't know. We'll see.
I think you and Emily need to. At least one song. Do y'all think she needs to sing a song? Play a guitar? How long you been playing your guitar?
Like 1 year.
1 year exactly, pretty much. She's got
Allison's bringing New York bagels. I can't wait. Bagels just speaks my love language. Something about carbs. I love carbs. Which we're on a lower carb type
Is that what that is?
plan.
Is that why we had, what was that, spaghetti squash tonight?
Yes.
And they are New York bagels. They're not just regular everyday bagels.
I know it.
Amber Maya got it. I was asking for it's the Shindig 2019 at gmail.com. He put it up there. That's for...
Yeah, she saw it.
Oh, okay.
Amber, I would love to sing a song with you. And I need to do the floss. Oh.
She needs a little more practice.
Yeah. Kira, I bet you could figure out how to make bagels from what I've seen.
Will it go live? I am pretty positive.
Yeah.
As many YouTubers that are going to be there, there's going to be several live.
Yeah. How many of y'all are going next weekend to Deep South? We are. I think that we're on a panel, which Ben is pretty nervous about.
I am. I don't like being put on the spot.
He doesn't like being put on the spot, talking on the fly.
I am a true 100% introvert, and I really like to think about what I'm going to say before I say it.
Yeah, he does. When we have Thanksgiving, my family's loud. I mean, they're awesome. I love them, but we're just kind of loud, laughing and having fun, and I'll look over and Ben's over in the corner like watching TV.
You can do your own thing.
Call it the Bailing Twine. Yeah.
What's Deep South? It is another YouTube event going on in Wiggins, Mississippi.
Oh, cool.
What's that?
Stringfield Ridge Farm's going. Country Homestead Preacher. Roots and Refuge.
Patty Gilbert.
Pretty sure y'all are the speakers. Patty Gilbert.
Maya, you going to help Jess speak?
March 15th and 24th. We should be.
What?
Are we going to be home?
March. I ain't got my phone on me. I don't want to bother my phone. It's over there that we're using the hotspot off it so we get better upload speed.
Stivers Homestead, are y'all going to the gathering? Looks like it.
Looks like it. Grace Homestead's 100% introvert. I know for a fact I am.
Yeah. Ben had to go take a bunch of classes. He spent several nights away from home, different times, taking these classes, which he thought was going to be leadership classes for his work. Well, it turned out to be like learn your personality to be a better leader at work. He had to do all this like small group talking. It was totally out of his comfort zone.
100%.
And all these personality quizzes where like you get the INFJ rating or whatever it is. What is that called?
16 personality
Yeah.
test.
And it pretty much just confirmed that he's an introvert.
Somebody's having an old-time hog slaughter. Are you going to be scalding it or skinning it? We done a hog, was it last year or the year before?
Last year.
About this time, wasn't it?
We've done our own, and then we've also taken them in to get all the different fancier cuts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Will the food truck have a booth or be in the parking area? I think it's gonna be in the parking area. That's where they have them when the fair is going on, outside.
I'm sure it is. You have a cabin at the White County Fairgrounds?
Where?
Or at the...
Oh, no, that's at probably Deep South. I probably rented one.
Cool.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that. Horticulture Geek has graciously offered to do a video. It's going to be a live, I think, of things to do around Little Rock and Searcy. And the list that he sent me was awesome. It was all over the place, like the Ozark Folk Center, Blanchard Springs Cavern, stuff like that. So we'll try to let y'all know when that's going to be. Horticulture Geek, let us know, and we'll try to put that out there so that people can check that out, because a lot of y'all are coming in and don't know what there is to do around here.
I think Green Dream Project needs to try to go ahead and make it.
Yeah. They're quite a ways away.
It wouldn't be that bad of a drive, would it?
Thank you. They said I look pretty. Emily and I just went running a while ago, and I look kind of rough.
Cell service from Verizon, yeah, you can get good cell service.
You're basically in the middle of town.
Yeah, and Verizon is pretty popular. Verizon and AT&T. Now, when you get to, I think, Sprint and things like that, they don't work as well. There's not that many people that use Sprint around here. I do know of a few, but they say that the service is kind of sketchy sometimes.
Bare Hands Homestead said, gonna do some fishing in the Little Red River. It's pretty famous for trout fishing up there.
If I didn't have a busy day on Friday, I might run up there with you. I like trout fishing up there.
Yeah. Just thinking out loud. That's Amber's dad.
Mm-hmm. Checking in.
Good evening. Yeah, I think Green Dream is kind of in the middle of a lot of projects and building a homestead.
And I bet that would be, it'd be 20 plus hours for y'all.
Yeah.
Because we drove, I don't know what part y'all are in, but I know we drove out there.
We stayed in Flagstaff, and then we went to the Grand Canyon.
Mm-hmm. And it was a pretty hard 2 days.
2 hard days of driving.
From here to Amarillo was about 10 hours, and then from Amarillo on to Flagstaff, about the same. So when I get in the truck, I'm ready to go.
I loved it out there, though.
Oh, yeah. It was an awesome drive. I think I like that drive going out there more than I like the drive going up to Yellowstone.
I could not wrap my head around how much just raw, empty land there still is out in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was just miles of nothing. I thought, where do these people work and go to school and all those kinds of things? It was pretty eye-opening.
Mm-hmm. And there wasn't that many cattle out there. I mean, you'd see some, but I mean, just a lot of wide open.
We drove across like a large part of Arizona after we left the Grand Canyon, the country part.
Yeah, Flagstaff is beautiful.
Yeah, it was. It was really nice.
I seen an elk in there, and oh man, I got the blood pumping.
That was the biggest elk we saw on the whole trip, and we went elk hunting in Colorado. But the biggest one was in town in Flagstaff.
Yeah, that thing was huge.
And we actually, everybody saw it, but Lane, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
One of the kids didn't see it, and he wanted to turn around so bad, and we're like, we're going to see tons of them in Colorado. We didn't see one.
Have I not driven through Texas then? Yeah, it depends what parts. Like I said, we went through the Panhandle or whatever, through Amarillo on 40. Me and Andrea went one time with some friends down around Waco to, supposedly we was going hog hunting down there. Let's see, we drove to Houston a few times. Now, I hadn't been out in, west central Texas. I had never been out there.
When we go west, we usually
Just
head
hit
out of
40.
Texas, yeah,
Just all
At-
through 40.
Amarillo,
Yeah.
heading towards like Santa Fe. I loved Santa Fe too,
It was pretty.
or Albuquerque.
Oh, New Mexico? Yeah, yeah. And that's where we normally got off.
It's Albuquerque, is
Is
what I'm thinking of.
Albuquerque. Get off at Albuquerque and head up to Colorado. That was our normal route to where we went elk hunting. And now that's one place I have never been is to California. I had never been there. I've never been to Utah, I don't guess.
We've never been up to the Northeast. Like,
Yeah, I'd like to go to Maine.
we've never been to anything up there.
I have. I've been to Washington,
D.C.?
D.C.
But above that?
No, nothing above that. And y'all been to Virginia with us?
Yeah. But like above that, we haven't been to
Yeah.
any of those states.
Yeah, on our way down to Waco, we seen a lot of ranches down there it's just huge, huge pens of bucks. And I mean, it's like one of them, you want to stop on the side of the road and just ooh and all over them. There was a lot of high fenced ranches where they had the exotics. It was a pretty neat drive down there.
Allison said, come on up.
Come on up.
Yeah, she's up there.
Had never been to New York. Grew up
Nope.
nice. Go to Utah for hunting. What kind of hunting in Utah?
Did we go to Utah?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm.
Well, we did the Four Corners. So whatever those 4 states are. Colorado, Arizona.
Now you got me thinking. I don't know my
Was
geography.
it Nevada and
What's the Four Corners? What is the Four Corners? We have been to
Oh, wow.
Washington State, but I had never drove up there. But me and Andrew flew there for our honeymoon.
yeah.
It's different up there. It was crazy seeing that much snow in July.
We are so far out east on the island, we all have New England accents. That's awesome.
So you're going to like our accent, we're going to like your accent. On the coast, in a dairy farm community.
I know I have a pretty...
You got
Redneck
you a redneck accent?
We went to, oh, there it is, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah.
Okay, so I have put my foot in Utah.
I thought it was one of
Because
them.
we done that thing where you do all fours. And
Yeah, there was someone there doing the all four, like where you put your hands in two and your feet in two in a wedding dress. They just got married.
And it was what, like 5 minutes till the place shut down?
Yeah.
I am so glad we're not getting snow
Yeah.
or ice.
Not with baby calves being born.
Nope. We didn't have one today, but we had, was there one or two yesterday? Calves born.
I think 2.
Yeah.
They're dropping them like crazy.
Was it? No, it was Wednesday.
We moved from Texas to Michigan, and everyone asked, where are you from?
The funniest thing about accents is we went, when the kids were real little, we went to Cancun and got on an elevator down there, and some lady heard Andrea talking.
I only said like 2 or 3 words.
She goes, y'all must be from the South.
She said, I could tell by how she was talking. And then we went to Colorado last year, and we asked a lady to take our picture. Me and Emily did, and she said, where in the world are y'all from? I can't even pinpoint your accent. Oh, Horticulture Geeks, got to go. Well, have fun.
Have fun at the movies.
Yes, please let us know when your live is, because I want to let people know. That'll be great.
Did that mom take her calf back? Yes. she is doing good. We still got her pinned up in the corral, but the calf is doing awesome. Thank goodness. We did not need a bottle baby. Not with everything we got coming up.
Are we experienced if something goes wrong during a birth? I'm going to say yes. I've pulled a calf by myself while he was I actually think you were at those personality classes.
No, I was not. I was at NACE.
You were at a class for
I was at schooling. And she was calling and texting, and I was in the middle of a class it was a week-long class that cost like $1,700. And she's calling and texting, hey, I've got a heifer that's trying to calf, and she's laid out on her side and can't do nothing. So I'm trying to listen to that and text. And
he helped me, and then I wound up Googling how to pull a calf. Google walked me through pulling a calf, and it saved it.
Mm-hmm.
I've pulled a couple since then, and now I've pulled sheep and goats and
she's not scared to jump in there.
Nah.
Things gross me out more than they do her.
Yeah. Animals do not gross me out at all. Like, I could have been a vet. I can do sick animals. I can do blood and guts. And we have an old neighbor guy that we've called many, many times when something's going wrong, and he'll come help me, because if we're calling him, it's because he's at work.
Mm-hmm.
We had a cow get bloated last year, and me and the neighbor had to shove a pocket knife in its side and let the air out.
I would not believe this. I mean, they took a pocket knife and shoved it in its stomach.
It was that, or the cow was dying right then. It was like at the point of death. And we saved that cow. It's so satisfying to me to do stuff like that. But that does not bother me at all. But people, I could not have been a nurse. I cannot help people.
No, Lane cut the tip of his finger and was bleeding all over the place. She almost passed out.
Something about people being hurt or sick, I just freak out. I have to get him. He has to help the kids. I'm like, I cannot help you.
Oh, wow. Pulling a calf with a tractor. See, I thought we was going to have to pull one Wednesday night. But right there at the very end, she had enough oomph to get it on out.
It doesn't bother me to pull a calf, but no hair in my boot.
Nope.
We've about had to pull in with a tractor. We had one of my milk cows that it was so stuck.
They got chains that actually are made to go around their feet. And a dairy farmer that we go to church with, he come over with what's called a calf puller. It was a big long pole with a come along on it, and you use that. It's got a strap that goes around the back legs of the cow, and you use that to pull the calf out. It broke the chains on those.
That calf was the same way as y'all saw me pull the lamb a couple weeks ago. It had 1 foot forward and one back.
Yep.
And they're just not coming out past those shoulders when they're not in the right position.
Yes, I've heard of the King Ranch in Texas. Can you get me in there?
King Ranch Ford truck.
Yes,
that's what I've heard of.
I think the owners of it is
who that's named after.
Yeah, I think that all goes together. I would like to go there hunting for sure. No.
They said they need a beef cow at Roots and Refuge.
They what?
They need a beef cow.
Who said that?
I'm assuming it's Jeremiah, but I don't know. Are you wanting a cow?
I thought you was wanting a
or
milk
a
cow.
steer? Are you wanting something to eat, or you want something to start having babies? Beef. Okay, so you're wanting like a steer.
It's a lot cheaper on you to buy a Jersey or a Jersey mix. That's what we've generally been doing. Yeah. That's what we've generally been doing, is doing that, because you can't get near as much for them at the sale barn. What?
Amber said Andy didn't watch any of the boys be born. He couldn't handle it.
I don't think I could have. No.
You want to tell the story?
No. No.
You got to now.
I'm not. It's awkward now.
Why? I'll tell it.
Go ahead. I'm not.
When I had Lane, who was our first, I I
Don't
think
read the
I
comments.
think I would have stayed pregnant for like 40 years. I just would not go into labor. So they finally put me into labor. Well, that I wouldn't go back and do that now, but it put him in major distress, and it became an emergency situation where they're making everyone leave the room, and I'm having an emergency C-section because Lane is not doing well. And so they got me all ready for the C-section, and they called him in. He's already stressed and nervous anyway. He's all suited up, comes in there, and they said, just, there's going to be a curtain, just don't look over it. Well, he looked over
Had
it.
to look.
He said, I stood up and looked over it, and I promise you I saw them, like, remove your liver and lay it to the side. And he said,
It laid it up on your stomach or something. I was like, yeah.
So he went back down to the chair. They finished. Everything was fine.
I would have been watching Duck Dynasty too. Update about the little calf.
The little calf is great. After we tube fed it and gave it vitamins and stuff, it laid there and looked dead for a while. Like it was laid out flat, because little calves will lay with their head up. It was just laid out flat. It couldn't even hold its head up. And then it just all of a sudden it's like it hit it, like the milk hit it, and it just like jumped up and ran to the mom, because we'd made her come in the corral at that point and started nursing.
Offered to help pull when my
Wow.
twin would. No.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would have passed out.
Stivers Homestead, my husband did too. He said it was the worst mistake he ever made.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. He's like, I promise I saw your liver. It was awful.
I still see it.
Oh,
Making
yes.
me queasy right now. Denise, are you what's your job? I gotta ask.
I think she told it up there.
Oh,
like
yeah?
a
I didn't see it.
assistant to a OBGYN, I think's what she said.
No. No, that was not my calling, I can guarantee you. Yes, flashbacks. Nightmares. They didn't have to warn me on the second time with
Nope.
Emily.
He didn't even try.
Nope. I just looked her in the eyes and said it'll be okay. Oh, man. Hospice.
Yeah, that takes a special person.
Mm-hmm.
It's needed, but it's...
Yeah.
Stivers said he said, I swear they took all your organs out and laid them on the table and pressure washed them. That's exactly how he was. He was like, that was not normal.
Nope. And then the jerking and pulling you see them doing in her body, because they got her strapped down with her arms spread wide out.
That was awful.
Yeah. And it was Emily, wasn't it, where you was throwing up?
It was definitely Emily. It might have been both of them.
They gave her the epidural.
Any kind of anesthesia, I'm going to throw up for days. And so, but they didn't care. They still strapped my arms down and like, here's you a bowl. Here, hold her bowl.
Yeah. And that's all I concentrated on. I wasn't looking over that curtain. I wouldn't make the same mistake twice. I'm lucky I didn't pass out.
Yeah.
I'll stay with the plants.
Yes. The moving, they start like pushing on you, and you're like
Rocking
jerking,
on,
and
yeah.
Ben's like, wow, what is going on?
Oh, me. Guys, I'm about had it for this week. I woke up this morning, I didn't even think I could go to work today. I don't know what it is, unless it's these cows or just go, but I am tired.
Oh, Amber, you're
What?
awesome. I went all
Natural.
natural with my births.
Mm.
You deserve an award. Sometimes I see your thumbnails and
Hey,
I
there's
think it's Emily.
I can't. I can't even imagine.
When they wanted him to cut the cord, he argued with the doctor. Yeah, Ben, did you cut the cord?
No, they didn't.
I don't
offer.
even think they offered. Lane was a straight up emergency, so it was like, There was no playing around.
I don't see how anybody could even think about going natural.
I have friends that did. I didn't get a choice.
Mm-mm.
It was taken out of my hands.
You was going to have an epidural anyway.
I had it set up to. I hadn't made up my mind yet if I was going to actually do it, but I had the deposit paid, so I could if I wanted to. But we barely got to the hospital when his emergency started, so that was the end of that. Aw.
What?
Kira said, I wanted to go all natural and hired a doula and ended up with a C-section. That would have been me. We took the classes where the new parent classes or whatever, and they said one of you at each table is going to have a C-section. And I remember thinking, I wonder who it is at our table. It was me. I never dreamed that would be me, but oh well. It's so hard when it doesn't go as planned. That is so true. I really felt like a failure for a while afterwards. Like, I couldn't do it. What is wrong with me? I couldn't do it. But, Kira, that's awesome. I wanted to, and I found a doctor that was going to let me do a VBAC, but mine were only 17 months apart, and she said, if you don't go into labor on your own by 39 weeks, I'm sorry, but it's risky for you. So,
well, yeah, Honeybee's comment.
Had all 4 of my natural, and my last one was 12 pounds, 1.5 ounces. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Honeybee.
I
think that's Amber's mom.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
It shocks me on how many naturals are saying, or how many people are saying they done natural.
That is so awesome. I just applaud y'all. I became a nurse because I wanted to be a midwife after delivering mine at home. I have a cousin who's delivered her kids at home. 5 C-sections here, no regrets. I don't have regrets now either. It's just the way it worked out. And I'm thankful that there were C-sections because I don't know that Lane would have made it without the C-section. They never did tell me exactly what happened to him, but they said they thought that the cord was around his neck and that every time I had a contraction, it was cutting off. His heart rate was like almost stopping. So I don't know that he'd be here without the technology of C-sections.
Amber, were you the 12.5 pounder?
I don't think so. I want to say Amber's the oldest. Amber, am I right about that? Aw, Maya said my mom was applying for a master program to become a certified nurse midwife. With all those kids, she would have been really good at that because she had a lot of experience.
Yep.
Yes, Honeybee's Amber's mom.
Yes.
12 pounds. It's crazy. Both of ours are 17 months apart, and they were exactly the same weight.
Yep.
To the ounce. I had 3 natural childbirths because I was scared to death of needles. I mean, that's no joke. And it's not just a needle. It's like a needle for an epidural.
Michigan.
Amber was 7'11". She was a nice little average baby.
Moved from Michigan to Texas and then to Arkansas. Now you're in God's country. That's what I call it. 13.5 pounds.
Who said that? He's one of my younger brothers. Wow. He's now 6'4", 350.
Man alive. Was he C-section?
Stiver's on said our 2 are 22 months apart and both almost 10 pounders. Little heifers. My mom called me a heifer my whole life. She still does. Like, she'll say,
here we go with the hashtag.
So the heifer thing's hilarious to me because that's what I got called all the time I was growing up.
I'm waiting for it. Haven't popped up yet.
Oh wow, thank you.
Huh?
What?
Maya said he was natural at home.
No, his brother that was so huge.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the last 3 just walked out after him. Oh, man.
You know what?
Ben's cracked up over here. Oh, yes. That's an ongoing family joke. Yeah, I bet it is. Oh, yes.
Oh.
How many did your mom have, Jeremiah? I think you said a while ago, but is it 9?
That was awful.
My first year, 16 months apart, and they're like twins. Ours are like twins, too, and they are tight.
They're best buds.
Yeah. Part of it's because they're homeschooled, and it's like if you want someone to hang out with, you better get along. But, yes, his mom had 9.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You're too tired. Jeremiah, y'all could keep going and have 9.
Mm-hmm.
You're not far from it. Let's see. Malia, and then all 5 boys. You just need 3 more. And you could do triplets and just bam, done. You got 9.
Or beat her and go for 10.
Right.
Then you have you a 12-passenger van.
Yeah. They had some of those vans, I think. Didn't they have the big vans?
Who? Maya?
Yeah, I thought that's what got wrecked last year.
No.
I'll just take Emily. Then I'd have to do all the housework and cooking all by myself.
You wouldn't want her after so long.
Keeps things
she's a hard worker.
She's a free spirit, though.
Yes. She is the one reason that we only had 2, though.
Yeah, she cried all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
I said, I'll go take care of that.
Yeah, Ben took care of that. I'll tell you that story sometime because it could not be more funny.
Somebody up there said you don't need to watch a vasectomy.
No, he doesn't.
Mm-mm.
I will have to tell y'all that story.
Not tonight, please.
Not tonight. It's not vulgar. That's not the funny part.
My personal business.
Well, I think we should jump off here.
Yes.
It's been fun chatting with y'all.
I think they can tell I'm sleepy.
Yeah, Ben is very sleepy. He's getting punchy.
Getting what?
Punchy. Delirious.
Oh, yeah. No. I love sitting here reading the comments, though.
Yeah, I know.
I love jumping on other people's live streams.
We have 7 kids, all under 12.
Oh, man.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Everybody's saying the teenage years are hard. They are. They've not been terrible for us, though.
They asked, have we talked to Shindig yet?
What is it now?
Keto Country. You got questions about the Shindig? I'm sure everybody on here making double, triple, quadruple sure everybody on here has heard that the Shindig location has changed from our farm to the White County Fairgrounds. And I even sent out an updated email on the Eventbrite just to make sure everybody that has
Keto Country. I think y'all sent us a message. Emily showed me on Instagram. And we put the links on here that you were asking about. I think they were asking about the link.
The PayPal link for being a vendor?
I think so. Tell me if I'm wrong, Keto Country. But it is on here. They've posted it. Amber, if you've got it handy and could throw that up again, the PayPal link to PayPal if you want to be a vendor. And then, but Keto Country, if I'm not answering your question, remind me what it was because it's been a long week.
Oh, wow. Now living in Cabot.
Cool, Carol. That's awesome. I love Cabot. Where do we go to rent a space for camping? Okay, you need to call. Her name is Cookie at the White County Fairgrounds, and I have this number memorized. It's 501-268-1568.
And there's the link right there. The Haskins Family Vlog just put it out there in case you want to be a vendor. That's the PayPal link.
Yes. But there's like 40-something campsites. There's quite a few. But I said this on the vlog, but there's a horse show going on that weekend too at the fairgrounds. So the lady was warning me that, they may take up some of the camping sites. So go ahead and get it reserved. I did talk about y'all's livestock puppies you're bringing Keto Country, and they're bringing balloon animals. We've had a few people show interest in some things for kids, like
one of them was hula hoop.
Hula hoops, and someone mentioned a bounce house, but we didn't know how logistically if we could pull that off, because nobody's going to want to stand at a bounce house and man the thing. And so we didn't know about that. But Keto Country is going to be doing balloon animals, so thought that would be really cool. Single Dad Homestead, yes, that's who mentioned the hula hoops and the
Chris.
Kid stuff, like a relay type thing.
Yeah.
So if y'all are interested in that, if you want to work in a kids area, shoot us an email.
We've got several people that are volunteering to help. I just don't know exactly what all.
Keto Country asked about the bounce house.
Yeah, I don't know.
We were kind of mulling that over.
I don't know how that would work there. Like I said, we are going to be inside of a building. I'm not sure. When we was there last year, they had like a garage door that rolled up that you could, I guess you could see outside. But I need to get there and see how it's going to look with the.
Several people are saying liability. That's kind of what we were thinking.
And getting somebody to stand there and watch it.
Yeah.
We've done that
many, many times at our church, and
you're the low man on the totem pole. You get picked to do that.
That or snow cones.
I'd rather do snow cones
because
you get 15 kids wanting to bounce up on there at one time, then somebody lands on their head and somebody steps on them, and
so I don't know.
I do like the idea of games and things for kids. I know when we was going to have it out here, Maya was saying something about horseshoes or bago or
right.
There were several old-fashioned games. Yeah,
me and Jess will do the bounce house. Like man it all day or what? Clarify here. Because I'm writing your name down as we speak.
Yep. Right here. Let me type it in this list.
Yeah. Put Jess and Maya. Yeah, the whole day, he said. So if you want to see Jess and Jeremiah,
jump on in.
Go to the bounce house.
Oh.
Yeah, it says that will be a full-time job, making the kids take turns. Yeah.
It is.
We've done it, and
our kids have done it. Just
they talked our kids into doing it. The last event we worked at, we volunteered at a thing up at the school, and they even told us tonight, they were like, never sign us up for a bounce house to work at it. Cause,
I'll do snow cones.
Yeah. Anyway.
Jess, give me the look. Well, too late. We've already got you down.
Yeah, we typed it in, so we can't go back. No, it's going to be fun. And I wanted to throw this in. We're going to jump off here after this. But when we were doing vendor fees to try to rent the big tent, that's what we were doing out here on the farm. But really, our expenses have gone down quite a bit by renting the fairgrounds because they've got all the facilities. So what we're going to do, and I talked to Cookie about it when I went and paid for the fairgrounds, I can rent tables and chairs. So when you pay your vendor fee, I'm going to rent you a table and 2 chairs. And then I'm going to rent additional chairs as well to just sit around for people to chill out in or whatever, if you want to sit down and eat or whatever. Still bring your chair if you want to, but I thought we'd have some sitting around to listen to the music, to just hang out.
Somebody want to sit down and eat.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's going to be a bunch of extra tables rented for, eating around.
No, you'll probably just have to hold your food.
Sit it in your lap.
Yeah, like a good old-fashioned family reunion or something. But when it was going to be out here, we weren't providing tables and chairs or anything, really. No. So this'll be better. You won't have to bring your own table and all
we've
that.
Had a lot of good response back on everybody's. Seems just as excited as we are about having it there.
Yeah. Snow cones are good as long as there's no hair in them.
Oh.
We've started something.
Yeah.
All right, we're really going to jump off here. Ben needs some sleep. He's getting delirious.
I am.
You are.
I want to sleep in the morning.
We will be back next week to our regular. We try to do 5 videos a week. I don't know if y'all put 2 and 2 together and notice that, but we do 3. One Monday night through Friday night. So that means y'all see them Tuesday morning through Saturday morning. But we slacked this week. We got 3 up.
It's been
and we've skipped 2 nights. We skipped last night and we skipped tonight. So I'm sorry. But like I told Ben, we did good to even get the 3 up that are up. So we will see y'all back next week, though.
And we'll have some updates on the new baby calf.
And we were supposed to go to Baker Creek this weekend, but with the weather, that didn't happen. So we're still going to try to make it up there, and we're keeping y'all's questions, but that'll be in a couple weeks. And we will see y'all later.